Alrighty, welcome to the first public edition, but definitely episode 24 for however
Parentheses
many
episode
times we've been
24.
doing this. But we are going
Yes.
to try to make this a little bit more live. So welcome, your host Tim Amico, joined
And
with
Akash
my
Patel.
esteemed guest, or esteemed co-host. So yeah, we'll discuss the DevSecOps with a slight twist. Today, my beverage of choice is a Voodoo Ranger Juice Force IPA, and that is mainly because I was scrambling to find something unique, and this is what I got at Walgreens.
Nice.
I went on my lunch break to stop to one of the, get something good. Completely drove past the store, went to Lowe's, got the wood I needed, and side. So
Nice.
let's see how this
I have
goes. What do you
this
got?
Devil's Path India Pale Ale IPA. I don't know. It's like a
Nice.
local one.
Okay.
I think it's another New York one. Yeah, Livingston
what's your alcohol content?
7.5.
Okay, I got 9.5. I'm not sure I'm gonna make this episode. So
You're
see.
drinking a Voodoo Ranger. Isn't that an IPA as well?
It is,
Yeah,
but I did not realize it was 9.5. So let's see what happens.
All right.
Hopefully everyone likes our new logo. One of the things we do try to focus on is more government related networks and compliance and audits and so on. So that is one niche that will hopefully be bringing some good stuff to everyone.
Yep.
Right.
All right. Let's jump right into it. So tooling and platform updates. GitLab 18.11.1 showing that it was released, shipped on April 22nd, 2026, with security and bug fixes for self-managed GitLab.
This
Nothing really new.
Get used to.
Oh yeah, because you don't like IPs.
Oh,
right?
sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything new aside from just security patching, and that's it. GitLab 18.11 also remains the agentic SDLC anchor for this. Agentic SaaS vulnerability resolution is now G8, so that's kind of cool. I would like to play around. I was reading some of that stuff before on what that is doing. I think it's basically going through all your SaaS scans and then kind of automatically telling you how to resolve them. So I knew that was in beta in the current version that we have deployed, but I want to play around with the new one and see what that actually looks like.
Now, what's that GitLab credits though? Is that something related to maybe Duo? And are we
that is for Duo? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can have. I think in the SaaS version of GitLab, because it uses GitLab's like cloud offering, they give you credits on how many tokens, I guess in another way, that users are allotted. So you can control budgets and things like that.
Right, that's what I was getting at, like sort of similar to what we're either doing with the light LLM stuff. Okay. What's that GitLab? What's new link? Anything fun in there?
Let's see. GitLab, what's new?
That's what I like unpacking these.
Yeah.
No, just 1811.
404.
Awesome. Great link. Moving on. Kubernetes 1.36 shipped on April 22nd, 2026 with security and operations features that matter for regulated clusters. Fine-grained kubelet API authorization, user namespaces for pods. User namespaces for pods. Interesting. I'll dive into that one a little bit. Mutating emission policies, volume group snapshots, and DRA admin access. Action item start upgrade impact reviews now, especially admission control, emission policies, node authorization, and workload isolation assumptions. Let's just pull that one open.
What is that?
I saw a lot of 1.36 stuff, so I definitely wanted to unpack this one a little bit more.
Yep. All right.
Not a fan of the kittens. Not a fan of the kittens.
There goes the Kubernetes logo.
I got to get rid of my Kubernetes logo for my internal work, but I actually tried looking for a photo, and apparently all of my photos were on my personal OneDrive, which I let expire. So I got to go figure out how to get that back. Not cool.
Oh, fine-grained API authorization. Okay. Graduation of the kubelet API authorization to GA. So does this mean that you can allow specific accesses to different APIs within the Kube API? I guess, right?
But I'm looking, yeah.
Yeah.
We should really gather it first.
All right, this feature enables more precise, least privilege access control over the kubelet's HTTPS API replacing the need to grant the overly broad nodes proxy permissions. Okay, that makes sense. That's kind of cool. Resource health status, alpha, workload aware scheduling features. Kubernetes scheduler and job controllers manage pods as independent units, often leading to fragmented scheduling or resources wasted for complex distributed workloads. So does that, I guess it's just more smarter scheduling for the pods then on the cluster. Still good to have.
Yeah.
Volume group snapshots. Reach GA in 136. Allows you to take crash consistent snapshots across multiple persistent volume claims simultaneously. All right, that's good. These all seem just like quality of life improvements rather than some groundbreaking features.
Yeah, I thought there was one though. That's what I was looking for. When I wanted to look at that, I thought it was like a Medium article or something that walked through it a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Trying to see anything, but I'm not. Yeah, there we go. I was jumping on the same page you were.
Mutating admission policies. Nice. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else here. Node log query.
Yeah, what's this user namespace and pods? So container isolation and node security. Support for user namespaces graduates to stable. The long-awaited feature provides a critical layer of defense in depth by allowing the mapping of a container's root user to a non-privileged user on the host.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's the container user, like root or whatever.
Correct.
I was. Okay.
So it's basically just better separation and namespace isolation, I guess, from when you're running.
Well, is that something in a sense like if for some reason you had to have your container running as host, which by default, like ton. I'm sorry, yes, root, not host.
Yeah.
So if you did for some reason, right, you couldn't get around that. At least now it seems like you would still have a level of protection.
Correct. That's how I'm reading this.
So you still limit it. Okay.
Yeah.
So for some reason you had some old legacy, got to run as root, whatever. You could at least still now get a little bit more fine grain on the actual host to see what it truly can do. Okay.
Yeah. Because I think before we were using just kernel user namespaces, which is why on like every host we had to go and specify you could only have max number of user namespaces. I guess this now is letting, I guess what's the difference then? Because I'm still running that a non-privileged user on the host. But maybe that was mapping back to maybe you had to run as a non-root user on the container and also as a non-root user on the host. But now this lets you run a root user to a non-root user and still be protected.
I think I was reading about. Maybe this was it. I skimmed all the way through, so I wasn't seeing. It was a lot of improvement things, but go all the way down to the new alpha features. So skip the beta stuff. I didn't see anything exciting.
New alpha feature. Okay.
The scale to 0. I thought that's what I was reading up on. That was
horizontal pod autoscaler required a minimum of at least one replica. Oh, so if there's like no load, it just scales it to 0?
Correct. And it'll sit there and listen until it sees load and bring it up. But it always there were tools that would do that type of behavior, but they weren't built into Kubernetes. And now it seems like they finally got that. So it was I think they were calling, like the blog I was reading was like 0 to hero or something like that. Just playing off of that, term. But yeah, that's what I think coming up. So again, for a lot of these development / test environments, we could actually scale those all the way back instead of deleting them or killing nodes that we're not wasting resources.
Yep.
And then when we want it, you add a node to it and let it, but that's a manual effort.
So this is in alpha. So we're probably going to be in probably G8, probably like 138, if not 139. Probably a while, right?
I would imagine, unless it's very popular. But I would say it's probably another release before it even gets the beta, right? So
exactly. They usually have a cycle of about I think 1 or 2 releases before it jumps up a beta or G8. Cool. Yeah, a lot of this is just manifest-based
Yeah,
admission control config. Yeah,
that's
ingress
what we need to
nginx
do.
retirement. That's another big one. SC Linux labeling for volumes. Yeah, what's been removed?
Oh,
Graduations,
no.
deprecations, service spec.external IPs. Okay, I don't really think we were using that.
No.
Yeah. I'm never even using Git repo volume driver either, but
No.
that's now gone. And I guess that's it. Nothing else is there. Okay. Cool.
So next up, who's using them? I finally just got on 135. Now I gotta go to
Yeah.
136. Let's go.
Yeah. We'll wait till RK2 gets to 136, unless they're already there. But I didn't see any RK2 updates.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Gateway API v 1.5 also landed on April 22nd, which moving more features toward a stable traffic policy. So if your ingress standard still depends on a controller-specific annotations, there's another signal to plan a gateway API migration path. Yeah, which we still got to do for a lot of our stuff.
I was gonna say even maybe taking some time on one of these and playing around with one, deploying it out. What's if you click in there, is anything good?
404.
All right. We gotta work on those links. All right. Anyway, that's something we all know about. We got to get in there. We got to start playing around with those a little bit. So maybe we'll make that another topic. Is do some.
The only
stuff.
downside of that is like every third-party Helm chart vendor that we've pulled down all use Ingress. Like none of the major players have moved over to Gateway API, right? So it's just like, are we really in a rush to move away from Ingress to Gateway API? It'd be nice to, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah, I've just been seeing a lot of write-ups on it, and I actually brought that up to our AWS reps as well. I was like, what? Because they were bringing it up in auto mode that it's going to be supported soon. I was like, well, I hear you, but and I definitely want to go through any the training side of it, but I asked that same question and it was didn't really get much of an answer on that one. So
I know that they've now in the new AWS load balancer controller, they're now supporting Gateway API like out of the box. It's like generally available now. So yeah, I mean that's still good. So at least we can use that going forward. But we're still gonna support Ingress at the same time for all the other third-party tools that we have.
hopefully we can start getting sponsored by some local places too. So if you guys want reviews of your beverage, please send us. We are open. Please like and subscribe. We could say that now. We could never do that before. Please smash the like button, right? I always wanted to do that. I can't wait to get some subscribers. Right now we got one. Did you subscribe?
I did not. No.
You didn't subscribe to your own?
That was not me.
It was me. I subscribed to our own stuff.
To me, that feels like liking your own like Facebook post or your own.
It's all about the numbers, man.
I guess so.
If we got 4 million viewers, you bet your bottom we're gonna get some beer sponsors and whatnot. Yeah,
that is true.
So today it's sponsored by nothing and brought to you by the letter R. Like we're Sesame Street or something. All right. GKE published April 29th, 2026 channel updates with new rapid, regular, stable, extended, and no channel targets. I feel like I need to read that again. Published channel updates with new rapid, regular, stable, extended, and no channel targets, including 1.36. Okay.
Oh, okay. So
can we click on that link?
GKE has multiple release channels, I guess, depending on if you want the more stable.
Hopefully it worked. It's not a 404.
Yeah. No, this makes sense.
Oh, okay. So their release channel is what they're talking about. Okay. And we are ignorant to the GKE world.
Right.
Google, if you'd like to sponsor us, we'd be happy to deploy some GKE clusters. I know we're going to be doing that a lot more. I never saw rapid, regular, stable, extended, and there we go. I just unlearned something today.
Yep. Even they haven't moved. I guess rapid is 136. Everything else is still on 135. So that makes sense. Hey, if Google hasn't moved over to it, and I see no reasons for us to move over to it just yet.
Agreed.
Cool. So AWS backup for Amazon EKS announced on May 5th, 2026, that EKS cluster state backups now complete up to 10 times faster, and the improvement is available in commercial and Gulf Cloud regions. Cool. Have you
Awesome. I have
tried any of that
not.
stuff?
No,
Yeah.
it's there. I have not clicked the button to see what it's
Yeah.
doing. We even had it have have it as a story to kind of run through and see like what are its
Mhm.
benefits. Um, yeah, I gotta mess around with that.
I would like
But
to run the backup and then see how easy it is to restore from that as well. Like, is it really just as simple as a couple button clicks, or like
I
just a
mean,
Terraform update or something?
I don't know, and I definitely want to. Yeah, I'll make sure I even kind of make that
Mhm.
because we should have some backups of our clusters to see what we're doing in some of these environments.
Yeah.
I guess the question, and I've been running EKS for a while on production. I've never had the dang thing go down. Knock on some wood, but
Yeah.
good for you, AWS. Now
I
I
think
got
this
it
is
in a
more so
funky state.
if
I've definitely got I got some.
I think it's for
uh,
that. It's for preventing those kinds of things. When someone accidentally like checks something in and then it modifies your cluster accidentally, or an
Yeah.
unintended change. Not that the EKS is going to go down, but it's more so, let's say you messed it up just from a random update that kind of happened, like a user error, basically.
Only thing I've ever done in my and was able to recover it was deleting like or getting rid of all the nodes. And this was it was still
Uh,
I still was able to recover. It got in a state where it tried to fix itself, but it had no way of
mhm.
fixing itself. So I think I had to like manually do some things, and then it was able to. I think I had to manually load a node, which gave it the ability to put like the CNI on it, and then it was able to go spin up all the other nodes that it wanted to. But it was like, hey, I'm trying to reach out to the scheduler, and I don't know how to get to the
Okay.
scheduler because there's nothing there.
Right, right.
But anyway, yeah, I'll play with that more. So
Yeah,
if
I mean,
anyone's out there, put in the comments how you like AWS backup. Love to read.
yeah, I'd love to get people's thoughts on it. See what they
Yes,
say.
yes.
What is this one? Amazon EKS has added 7 IAM condition keys for guardrails like private-only API endpoints, customer managed KMS keys, approved Kubernetes versions, deletion protection, control plane scaling tiers, and zonal shift. That's cool. Okay.
It's
So you control that
not
in
cool.
IAM now? So it's like the different actions. Is that what that's saying?
But yeah, but it's useful for multi-account platforms. So like
Yeah.
building these SaaS applications, now you can put them all on one EKS cluster. What's that link give us?
See that. Cool. A lot of now supports additional IAM condition keys. Let's see what the condition keys look like. I don't know which one the new ones are, I guess. It doesn't explicitly say. All right,
Yeah, go
cool.
back to the other thing. What's the go back to the other tab? So that second paragraph.
Organizations can now enforce private-only API endpoints. Oh, okay, the keys are here, or the actions. Using
Yeah, yeah.
EKS : endpoint public access, endpoint private access. Okay. And require customer managed AWS keys for secret encryption. That's a pretty cool one. So it's like it forces you to use a customer managed key.
Oh, I'm getting it now.
Yeah,
And then enhancing governance controls available through IAM policies
yeah,
and SCPs. So
yeah,
now if we put this in place, okay, I like that. So that's a way
yeah.
for us to start controlling our console. So we could let developers go create all the
Correct,
clusters they want. It's kind of like an OPA policy for an AWS
correct.
console.
Yeah,
Or an SCP, right? Even though
yep,
we all know OPA. Cool. Okay, I like that. I mean, we're not doing
yeah. I
that
mean that.
too much, but that's a good way to, at the higher level, from like an organizational level, to
But is it
allow.
in GovCloud?
I thought it said that, at
Oh, in
least in
all
the.
AWS regions where Amazon EKS is available. Okay, so I mean, yeah, I
Yeah,
think it is in GovCloud, right?
yeah, I thought it said that in the.
Set it for the one above, AWS backup.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Got
yeah,
there for the backup. All
yeah.
right, all right, not bad. All right, with the play like that. Rancher version 2.14.1 was published around April 30th. Could have been the 29th. Could have been the first. We're not going to really say, but it's around the 30th. With Kubernetes 1.35 support, Rancher extensions, path traversal protection, and a fleet service account impersonation fix. If fleet watches repos that application teams can push to, treat this as a GitOps trust boundary update. Okay.
That's kind of interesting. Okay, I want to read more about that. Is this basically saying
Is this
this
Rancher Prime
is
though?
No, I think they just
Like
moved over the
this.
documentation to all of this.
Okay.
Like 2.14 is the same thing.
So is this RKE though?
This is Rancher MCM.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. Okay,
Ah,
2.14 also supports switching to
there you go.
gateway API. We were
We
just talking
gotta
about
start
that.
learning these things, man.
This is the first vendor I have seen actually say they're moving over to a gateway API though. Like
Yeah.
GitLab is still using Ingress, Nexus is still using Ingress. All the other tools that we've deployed is still using Ingress. So, all right. Well, what was the fleet thing that it was talking about? I want to know about that. No, it's just using Fleet 15, but that's okay. It's migrated from Helm v3 to v4, which we knew about. But all right, we can look at this later. Moving on.
Yeah.
Rancher also disabled cluster API add-on provider Fleet by default in 2.14.1 as preparation for future deprecation. If you use CAPI or CAPI, I think as some people call it, clusters with, no, I don't know what the heck this is, CAAPF, document the feature gate decision before upgrading. This is the same thing. Release
Yeah,
notes.
most likely.
Yeah. Okay.
But now we got some RKE2 stuff, or RKE stuff at least, coming.
I think as I was reading a little bit about the cluster API in Rancher, basically eliminates the need for us to use like the Fleet Git repos that we've built ourselves. And you could use directly just cluster API to define like machine pools and things like that. Still a different, we can still build out a Helm chart to do it, but now it's just a different resource there to provision, giving you a little, I think, a little finer grain control as to what you can provision, what you cannot. So
Gotcha.
long term, down the road, eventually upgrade to this.
Mm-hmm.
And then RK2's Ingress Nginx, the traffic migration guide, is now a real planning item. That's great. Starting with RK2 version 1.36, traffic becomes a default for new clusters. So existing Ingress Nginx assumptions need annotation and compatibility review. That makes sense. So when we upgrade to RK2 136, I'm guessing everything's going to break because of this new annotations. So we'll just have to be mindful of that. And I'm assuming, yeah, they have a migration guide already here. So we'll definitely need to read through this.
Okay, sorry, I got distracted. My little guys are coming home and I see them beating each other up, so
No
I should
worries.
probably turn my All right, Keycloak JS, not sure what that stands for. 26.2.4 shipped on April 22nd with Cordova adapter regression fixes, while Keycloak 26.6 remains relevant to support JWT authorization grant, federated client authentication, zero downtime patching, and experimental MCP authorization server support. Identity client libraries and server features both need dependency tracking. Okay.
The heck is Keycloak JS?
I don't know. Still, it's they have there's a Keycloak and a Keycloak JS.
Yeah, but what is that? What is Keycloak JS? Okay.
Oh, jeez. You know what?
Yes,
These are
yes.
getting a little bit annoying too. I
Yeah.
was stuck on one of these for like 5 minutes the other day. It was like a new one where you had to change it where you had to like match the symbols. But they were so
Okay.
distorted, you couldn't even see them. And I was on a mobile phone, and I was like, all right, and I went and did. So
Oh my
look at
God,
this.
this is so much.
It was like
Just-
8 times you had to do it. Oh my.
Just training their models at this point. Finally. Keycloak
JavaScript.
JavaScript
Oh my
adapter.
gosh.
Yeah, but why is it separately called out?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that makes sense,
So if
but
it has the Java library, then I guess they're saying if you're using this, to maybe do authentication through code.
Yeah, you could connect to
And then,
Keycloak directly, basically,
right,
using this Keycloak JS adapter.
gotcha.
So I guess you don't have to use like a generic OIDC client, basically.
Right.
I think that's how I'm reading this.
Yeah.
I don't know why you do that, because then you're not locked into Keycloak, but I mean,
Yeah.
teach their own. Sonatype Nexus Repo 2026 release notes show continued work on repository metadata correctness, database metrics, policy compliant component selection, transparency, and a 3.92 self-hosted release listed as coming in May. Artifact managers are now policy enforcement points, not a passive file shares. So that's good. I don't think anything major.
Yeah.
I have a new user interface, so that's kind of cool. Curious to see what that looks like. Oh, hey, it just released today, May 7th. Allegedly.
These bots are on top of it.
Yeah. Oh, the new UI does look nice.
It does a little bit.
Which we got to upgrade to that eventually. Support for Conda hosted and group repos. Support for Helm group repos. That's great. And then instance migrator. Support for migrating Swift, Terraform, and Conda hosted repos. I don't see anything else that would be major features aside from just security updates.
Yeah.
Firewall. Okay.
Outside of the name stack, keep an eye on Headlamp, Cilium, OpenTelemetry, GenAI, Semantic Conventions, and MCP security guidance. Cluster UX, network policy, AI telemetry, and tool server permissions are all becoming normal platform engineering concepts. I'm sure.
Headlamp I've actually heard about.
Okay, I was like, I don't know if I care too much about Cilium, but yeah, what's the headlamp? And then
Headlamp to me is basically just like a rancher, like UI that you just run basically on your local workstation. And I think the other thing it does, I think it ties in like AI into it. So you can ask AI as like, hey, what's wrong with my cluster or whatever type of thing. Like, what does my app look like? What's my service? Yeah, I saw a little bit of this playing around with it, but to me, I saw no different than Rancher.
So would this be only for your local desktop though? So like a Rancher desktop, not a Rancher MCM?
Correct. But you could run this in a web too, so you might be able to deploy this somewhere and then run it. But it's not a manager, it's just a like Kubernetes viewer.
Oh, okay. So like any other, the dashboard,
like K9s.
Lens, and so far, kind of. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like K9s, but just with a UI, like a desktop. That's it. I'm sure there's some additional features sprinkled in.
Always gets me.
I use Aptocube.
That's it, Aptocube. Yeah. I tell everybody I use it. I used it a couple times. It is way nicer.
Yes.
But I always forget the name of it. So
I just love, the only thing I love about Aptocube is like if you have multiple pods in a deployment, you can see the logs of all the pods in one single place. Rather than in Rancher, you have to go to each single pod and see the logs.
What's the MCP security? That's the one I wanted to click on or see.
Yeah, let's take a look. Oh, it's just best practices. I guess they've updated this documentation.
Got it. Okay, moving on.
Man, onto security and compliance.
I think we want to rip through these. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll post these up so you guys can run through them.
Yeah. Rather not read through all them.
Some highs, though. Do a few highs. Anything, kind of scan them, anything that jumps out.
The big one was this copy fail vulnerability that came out. Have you been keeping a track of this one?
No, haven't.
It's basically, I think it's an issue inside of the Linux kernel, but it basically allows every single Linux distro run like this small little piece of code that gives you root access no matter what.
Okay.
Because of vulnerability.
I did not click on the link, but we actually did get that from the client side. They sent that out to take a look at them.
Yep.
I saw it, did not click on it, but yeah, I probably should.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have been talking about that one. Been seeing a bunch of videos about copy fail vulnerability. And then there's a couple other ones too, I guess. GitLab doing the normal CE mitigations. So yeah, update your
Yeah,
GitLab
but that's Kubernetes nodes. That's kind of a big one then, right?
for
For
the
the
Linux kernel
copy
one.
fail. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
I know we use all the bottle rocket images on the auto mode side. I know we don't use
So
that
they
for
should be able
internal,
to.
but
They should be able to take care of all that
yeah.
stuff for you.
Hmm.
Talked a little bit about this already. GitLab 1811 makes agentic SaaS vulnerability resolution GA for eligible customers. So I think that's only for premium and what is that? Enterprise customers. You can now
Okay.
use that. So yeah,
And
same thing for
then yeah, all the GitLab stuff. I think this
yep,
is pretty
pretty much the
much
same
what's that?
thing.
Yeah, let's read that. The Open Telemetry, Gen AI, semantic conventions are still marked development status, but they're already defined useful signals like token usage, request duration, operation names, and model serving time. Treat this as an early observability baseline for LLM platforms. That's what I'm
Okay,
just more intrigued about. So I saw that on the other one and didn't
interesting.
think I was more interested in
Yeah,
the MCP stuff, but
that's pretty cool. So it gives you
yeah,
more insights into your LLM kind of
right.
calls that you're doing.
Mhm.
Okay, that I mean I could definitely see that being useful for sure. And then, yeah, just generic reflections on developer experience. Kubernetes 136 reduces some custom platform glue by moving more guardrails into upstream features. This should mean fewer bespoke webhooks and fewer upgrade surprises if teams adopt the native policy path. So yeah, just quality of life changes from what it sounds like.
And the same thing, Gateway API keeps making traffic policies more portable across ingress and service mesh implementations that help application teams avoid
Yep.
memorizing every collectors. Man, we got to start using this thing.
Yeah. It mentions headlamp again. I
Yeah.
might actually give headlamp a try again. When I first tried it, I was like, it seems very basic. But this is back in like November or October last year. So I'm sure it's come far along in the last like 6 months.
Yeah, we got to mess with this AWS backup too. There it is again.
Yeah. All
A
right.
lot of these fun
So
tools and reads. I get a lot of these from just daily AI emails, so we're just tossing those in. I didn't see anything. Actually, just to play around with it, scroll down a little bit.
yeah.
Strokade, complete waste of time, or not waste of time. It's games. So I went on. I probably won't let you on that one. Oh wow, they did. Never mind.
Okay.
I actually clicked on it and played around with one. I found myself like 5 minutes later, like, get off of the site. I gotta go do work.
Are
But
these
it's
all
just all
like
vibe
AI
coded
generated?
games.
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
all
Okay.
vibe coded games. I thought it was pretty cool. So it's just something fun to play with there.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of other handful. These are all AI driven, not necessarily DevOps or DevSecOps type stuff, but
Yep.
just some fun stuff to play with.
Cool. What about these other tools? Have you played with it? Like
I
Firefly
have
AI
not.
Assist, I've actually played with. I thought it was okay. Like to be honest,
Yeah,
yeah, it's just another generative AI image tool that's offered by Adobe. Yeah.
yeah. I should mess with it. A lot of AI generation was that seems to be the big
Mm-hmm.
push too.
Kling 3.0, basically
There's an
AI web
interesting one.
platform for internal training.
Okay. Check out that brain trust though.
Observability and evals for AI applications. This is relevant for engineering teams trying to make LLM behavior testable instead of anecdotal. That sounds like exactly something that we'd be interested in.
Right. Ship quality AI at scale. Like it.
Turn
All right.
production traces into evals, compare prompts and models, improve quality with every release.
So go ahead, put in comments if anyone's out there doing agentic app scanning. It's some of the things that we're going to probably start unpacking a ton more.
Yeah.
As we build these apps that use models, not vibe coded apps, right? We've got a place
Hmm.
for those in our pipelines, but I mean more on apps using models, right? How do we do the prompt
This is kind of
prompt
cool.
detection
Compare
and so on.
prompts and
So
models. So you could like
yeah.
compare the outputs of the two different models and then see which one gives you better output.
Oh, okay.
That's what this is saying, right? Compare prompts and models. It's using two different models here.
That's pretty good to see. So instead of you
Mhm.
going and copy and pasting each one,
Right.
kind of set them all up. Here's my prompt. How does this thing work across the different? And I get, is that, would that be public models, or does it look like you can actually give it
Don't know.
local models, right? So, that would be good to kind of define, like, especially if you're doing these larger agentic workflows in a sense
Hmm.
where you want to, pick the right model and size the right model, right? So like I would love to use a local one
Right.
for nothing. But what will that output versus if I did use a Claude or a OpenAI?
Yep.
I should mess around with that one. Is there a demo for it?
Yeah. I'm sure there is. Probably, actually, maybe not. I don't see a download now. Looks very much like a SaaS tool.
Oh, there you go. For everyone,
Starter.
$0 a month.
Yeah. Sign up. Why can't I just download it? Why do I gotta sign up for it?
Yeah, so that would be the only thing in our line of work. We probably
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to do that since we couldn't.
Yep.
All be, yeah.
GPT-5.5. I didn't play around with this. I like it. I think it does a good job at producing the outputs that I'm kind of looking for generally, compared to Opus 4.6, which I've been using. I like 4.7, but 4.6 seems to give me a better output. And then 5.5 also seems to be doing the same thing too. So I've been messing around with that a little bit.
ChatGPT Images 2.0 too. Is that default if you do images in at least the paid subscription?
I don't know. Maybe.
Only way I was just messing around with some just personal things and kind of throw it, and I was impressed by some of the graphics that it was coming back with. They
Oh
were
yeah.
really good.
Mhm.
Like they've always been great, but like
Yeah.
even more, like I'm like, wow, it's like hitting the mark almost instantly. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Box Automate. Box launched a GA agentic workflow automation product for content-heavy enterprises processes.
That's how we can gauge our beverages too. So by the end of this, if you still have it, oh, I don't know if it was that good. I'm choking this baby down. Sorry, Voodoo Rancher. I don't know if I had another
Ranger.
one. I think Voodoo, yeah, Rancher. Hi. What do I have on my mind? Got my EKS Ranger. I said Rancher again. Good Lord. All right. Anyway, I still have a lot left. So I'm not a fan.
Yep.
I am
This
having
one's not too bad. I actually like this one. I think I'll get it again.
yeah.
Devil's Path, yeah.
There you
Still don't
go.
understand like the logo, but it is what it is. Oh, it's from Catskills. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the area?
Hmm. I think that's about it. That's all we had to cover, right?
Yeah.
I don't see anything
Anything
else.
else on that? Was there any reads or something? I thought nothing at the bottom. I don't know.
Nope. This is the bottom. This is the tool funds and
Oh, we
reads.
had we didn't do any updates on the
Yeah, yeah.
reads. That's right. Okay. Tools and reads. Sweet. All right. Well, that should wrap it up. Oh,
That
I
covers it.
wanna let's do hold on. Let's do some fun stuff. You got a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No one's listening to this anyway, so we can go play around. Um I wanted to do, oh, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna be able to play that. Let's see if let's test it.
What are you trying?
I was messing around with the Suno stuff again, so I wanted to do
Ah,
some
nice.
fun AI crap, but I don't know if it's gonna come
Yeah.
up. But let's see here. Can you hear that at all?
Nope.
No.
I don't hear
How do we
anything.
do that, man? How do I feed? Um,
Like route audio back to Teams.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to mess around with that. There's some tools that you can use for that, to like on your MacBook to let you do that.
And I remember before we were doing where if I presented, I think I'd be able to do it.
Yes.
See if I can
Yeah,
do
like right now it says share sound.
Yeah, okay, I can't. Here, let me share. Do that.
Share system sound. All right. You still want to play around with it?
Yeah. Yeah. 1 second. I was trying to hide all my tabs. There we go. All right. Let's see if. I think I have to share sound. There we go. So does this work?
And jump in.
Yes, I can hear
Grab
that.
all your friends, bounce to the toe. From the code to deploy, from the bills to the brews. We got stories in the stack. Fresh drops, fresh views. Security on the beat. Engineers with the moves. Every week. We slam fast tech news. This is DevSecOps. Skank into the news. Where the pipelines run tight. All the bits that groove. DevSecOps. Yeah, we shout, we move.
All right, that's enough of that one. Do one
That's
more.
awesome.
This is like a lo-fi, but like the words are really good. I didn't know that. I was just like, hey, hit this. And I know you said, what was your, I'll do this one too. What was your genre that you liked?
Oh, I said we could just try out like
Step in,
an electronic version of it, or
tone
even
in.
like a rock, like a heavy metal.
Pull
that
up
comes
a
with.
chair, tap in the groove.
Do you hear anything still?
From the code to the cloud, from the bills to the brews. We got stories in the stack. Fresh ships, fresh views. Security in the mix. Engineers with the moves.
All right, that's the same thing.
That's
It's the
awesome.
same words, but
Yeah, different tone.
Yeah.
This is
I'll
all
have
in
to
the
play
free
around with some
version?
more stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'll stop sharing that, but yeah, we'll have to start messing with some more
Yes.
AI stuff to make this a little bit more exciting, so that you guys aren't listening to rambling. But yeah, I think going forward we'll definitely have some more, maybe a little bit quicker on some of the news, and I think maybe dive into some topics. Guests, if there's anyone out there that wants to, so put a comment. I like when people do that, right? It's my first YouTube experience, people, so
So likewise.
sorry. All right. Anything else?
And that's
You
it.
wanna
No,
close
I
it
think
out?
that's it. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have some better closing music. I'll make sure
Yep.
we can just hit that button and then actually sign off. But for now,
Thanks
thank
for
you all for
listening.
joining, and we'll see you, I'd say next week, but we get pretty much extremely busy.
Yes.
So we'll try
Till
for
next
next
time.
week.
Yeah.
Until next time. There you go.
Yes.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
Everybody.